When I was 6, my mother sent my sister away. She never told me where, and to this day, I don't know where she is. Shortly after that, she left me at an orphanage. But before she left me, she said that she was going to work hard, earn a lot of money, and then come back for me. So I waited by the gate to orphanage, and I waited there for a whole year, every day, every morning, for her to come back for me. But she never did. One day at the orphanage, the caretakers told me that I had been a good girl and that I was going to get a reward. I was given a nice little dress and a pair of earrings and a pair of shoes. I had never had shoes in my entire life, as we always were barefooted. They put me in a car, drove me to an airport, and put me on an airplane. I didn't know where I was going or why. But I knew that this was my reward. When I got off the plane, I was introduced to 2 strange people. They were completely white. It turns out that I had arrived in Sweden and I had been adopted. So these 2 strange people, they were my new parents. I was 7 years old, and everything was about to change, again for me. Today, I live in Uppsala, in Sweden, and I run my own company, a martial art company. Every day, I meet different kind of people that want to take control over their lives, and the goals can be everything from regular exercise to build a stronger and healthier body, or just training martial art. A couple of years ago, I trained a woman in martial art, and I trained her for a couple of years, and then she suddenly disappeared, without a word. I thought that she just had lost interest in this kind of training. 1 year later, I got a text from her that she wanted to meet me. So we decided to get together at a local cafe. The woman, when she spoke, she trembled. She was so nervous, so she trembled like a leaf in the wind. And she stuttered. And she said several times that she was so sorry that she had contacted me. She told me she had met a man. They had been together for a year now. And she told me that he abused her, both mentally and physically. But she showed me that they loved each other, and every time he had hurt her, he always regretted it. And she wanted to be with him because she felt sorry for him, because he had a hard time to growing up. So she stayed there for a whole year, and that woman that I had trained in martial art for a couple of years. She was happy, she was strong, and she was positive. But that woman was gone now. But after a year in this destructive relationship, she felt that enough is enough. She decided that she had to do something about it and break this negative spiral. She couldn't do it alone, and of course I helped her. She left her partner, and she got professional help, and then she moved to a protected living. Today, 2 years later, she has a new life. She has taken back the control over her life. She has a new job. She has a new she has a new apartment, and she has taken back the control. About 10 years ago, I got seriously ill. I was diagnosed with SLE. SLE is an autoimmune disease. The treatment to SLE is the same treatment you use when you treat cancer. And this time was a horrible time for me. I lost more than half of my hair, and I lost all my muscles, and I lost weight, and I was extremely tired, so I couldn't do anything. And of course, I couldn't train some exercise at all. And at that point, I was in a really bad shape. And training was my whole life. 1 year after that I first got ill, I was back in quite good shape, physically, but not mentally. I was really, really weak mentally. The whole journey with the medications had destroyed me totally. So it took me 1 more year with toughness, mental toughness, training, focus, and just toughness. And I was strong and back again. A couple of weeks ago, I had a lecture for a young group, girls in between 12 and 18 years old. I told them the whole journey and the whole story of my life, from back in India, the adoption, my career as a professional Thai boxer, and the illness, and the way back into the ring and fight again. I also spoke about to take control, to dream, to set goals, to work hard, not listen to the naysayers, and surround yourself with people who lift you up and helps you. After the lecture, one of the girls came up to me and said, the thing that inspired her most was that no matter what happened to me, I always did my best to take control over it. So now she had decided to become a great businesswoman, actually the best businesswoman in the world. And that made me very happy. So I am talking about taking control. My mother back in India, she had no control at all. And the woman that had been abused, she took back the control. And me, with my illness and how I took control over it. And the young girls, well, they are in the beginning of their journey. So, if you have anyone or anyone that controls you in a negative way, what will you do about it, and how will you take control back? Thank you for listening.